I'm Frida. And today we're excited to share our project, Mindful Brew. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with how this project started. So back in 2023, right after COVID ended, and I was going into my early teenage years, and as many people were saying, when you step in teenage years, your temper gets out of control easily, and it's harder to focus on homework at home and blah blah blah. And then that's also how I felt. But then by chance, I met this traditional Chinese tea brewing teacher, and I joined their sessions, and she also guided us about how to make tea, and how to, she said to focus on small movements and how to stay fully engaged. And then afterwards, I started practicing with my sister at home. But then after about a month, I felt the change in myself, and I felt that I can focus better, and I can control my emotions better, and also staying more focused in school. Okay, so now you may wonder, how can something as simple as making tea actually help with emotions? Well, I didn't really quite understand the whole thing until I'm really interested in neuroscience, and I got introduced to the book written by Swami Rama called Meditation and Its Practice. And this is when I realized that quiet tea brewing puts our brain into a state very similar to meditation. And meditation is basically a strength workout for your brain. And scientists have found that by brain scans, the regular meditation can literally sicken our frontal cortex and shrink the amygdala. So basically, our frontal cortex is the logic commander. It helps us focus, plan, and make decisions. And the amygdala is the fear alarm. It reacts to danger, stress, and negative emotions. So when the amygdala shrinks as we do meditation, we are less likely to overreact to stress and better focus, better control our emotions. And for when we're making tea, when we're focusing on the steps that we're doing, it is actually helping us to to have a better mental health, and to strengthening our frontal cortex, and so over time it becomes easier to stay calm every day. Okay, then after seeing the changes, I continued helping my teacher with different in-person tea events. And for example, last Mother's Day, we hosted a tea gathering for many parent and kid, and they experienced what it feels like to slow down and enjoy quiet tea brewing together. And it was really touching to see how families put away their phones, which is kind of hard right now, and to sit together and connect with in such peaceful ways. Then in the summer, I also joined a bigger tea culture event at Central Island called Tea Walk in the World. And I brewed tea for a lot of visitors, and I explained the unique characteristics of Chinese tea, and even had the honor of serving the tea to a counselor from the Chinese Consulate General in Toronto. Yeah, and through these and through these public events, I saw more and more people feel calmness, focus, and emotional balance through tea. And some people shared that it was their first time in a long while to just sit down and calmly do something quiet. So then when I entered grade 11, I really wanted to create something of my own together with my amazing friend, and that's why we started Mindful Brew. Yeah, and our goal is to help teenagers, especially going through stress and emotional challenges, find an easy and practical way to regulate their feelings through simple Chinese tea brewing rituals. And next, we're gonna quickly walk you through our goal of the project and what we hope to accomplish. So our project will start from December 1st, 2025 to May 31st, 2026. And during this time, we'll host workshops, family tea sessions, and community events to help more young people to experience mindful tea brewing. And we also hope to collaborate with organizations that support children with autism and other challenges, so more youth who needs emotional support can benefit from tea brewing.
At its core, our project has 4 pivotal goals. So the first one is going to be empowering teens. A lot of us deal with stress, anxiety, and pressure from school and life. We want to give teenagers the opportunity with this simple tool, something small and practical, to help them calm down, focus better, and also feel more in control of their emotions. The second one is strengthening families. This tool, which is our Mindful Brew, would be helping parents and kids unplug from the screens. Like as Elisa mentioned, right, we're kind of attached to our screens and we don't have a lot of time with face-to-face interaction. So we want them to put the phones down, right, and reconnect and slow down and just calm down with the tea. And then the third one is sharing culture. Tea is a very big part of Chinese tradition, and it's also a fun way for people from different backgrounds to learn something new. Through tea, we hope our diverse communities can understand each other better and feel more connected. And then our fourth one and last one is building community. We hope Mindful Brew can become a safe and supportive space where teens can feel comfortable with opening up and supporting one another, and a place where no one feels alone in what they're going through. That's the heart of our project. Sorry. That's the heart of our project and the direction that we'll be working towards over the next few months.
Okay, so for our project program activities, we'll start by introducing the 6 major types of Chinese tea and teaching students how to prepare tea using a traditional covered bowl. And to make sure the practice feels consistent and meaningful, we designed the course as a continuous learning experience, not just a one-time workshop.
Overall, we plan to run 2 full learning cycles plus 4 promotional or introductory sessions, which adds up to 12 classes. Each full cycle includes 4 practice sessions, and each session is about 90 minutes long. We'll meet about once a week, so the complete cycle will be about 1 month. It'll fit into about 1 month. And to keep things hands-on and interactive, each cycle will include 10 to 15 participants per cycle, and it'll divide into groups of 5 to 6 people. At the end of each final class, we'll host a small tea-making ceremony where everyone will prepare their own tea and share their experiences with one another, almost like a mini graduation ceremony. And to keep the learning going outside of the classroom, we'll set up an online group where participants can post their tea-making practices, share photos, ask questions, and support one another outside of the classes. This structure helps students build mindfulness like routines and habits, rather than just having one afternoon, like a nice afternoon of tea, and then forgetting about it the next day. Now, I'll quickly walk you through our project timeline and what we aim to achieve in the next few months. So phase 1 will be planning and orientation, which takes place in the first month. During this stage, we'll finish designing our curriculum, preparing our teaching materials, train our team members, confirm the venue, and start recruiting students. And by the end of this phase, we aim to have a full project plan, clear roles and responsibilities for each team member, complete 4-session teaching syllabus, all the tools and materials ready, and also an online class group created for the cohort. The next phase is promotion and enrollment. This phase will reach out to partner venues such as community centers or schools, and that's where we'll run our 4 introductory tea brewing sessions. These sessions will let us meet different audiences and understand their needs, and it'll help us adjust our teaching style and pacing, and then we'll officially enroll students for our 2 structured learning cycles. This phase will allow anyone that's interested to sign up and experience, like a test experience, and see if they enjoy it, and if they do, they can sign up for our 4 continuous classes. This also provides us with valuable organizational experiences, which can help us improve how we run and promote our future classes. And then the third phase, which is service implementation part 1. Here we're going to complete the first full cycle of our 4-week workshop series and begin recruiting people for our next cycle. And we'll also host our first graduation tea ceremony, which I mentioned before, which is where individuals who participated will brew tea themselves, share what they've learned, and also reflect on how their practices have affected their emotions, focus, or familial communication. As I mentioned, where like they put their phone down and start talking to their family more. We'll collect their written and verbal reflections, and then this will guide us in improving our next round of teaching and promotion.
Okay, and then it's the 4th phase, which is also mirroring the previous one. It's the second part of implementation, but then in this phase will be more experienced, and during this we're gonna start our 2nd cycle for the 4 courses, and then our 2nd graduation tea ceremony, and also getting feedback from the students, and then using these feedback, we'll refine both the curriculum itself and the way we present and share the program to the wider community, and also learn how to like reach more teens in the future. And finally, by this point, we will complete our overall teaching evaluation, putting together a final project report. And in this report, we'll include data on attendance and participation, examples of students, personal growth and reflection, and a summary of project's impact on emotional well-being and final connection and cultural understanding. And here is a brief overview of our budget. So our main costs include the tea sets, kettles, and tools for teaching, around $1,200, and different types of tea, because for each session we aim to have different many various types of tea for the students, so around 800, and then report books and pens for students to write reflections in, around 200, marketing and revenue fees about 1,000, tea, snacks, and the water for viewing around 700, and transportation about 500, and at last a contingency fund of 500 for any unexpected needs, and this total is around 4,900. And all of these materials, the tea sets and tools will stay in the community, and it can be reused for future cohorts, so the impact continues beyond just one project cycle.
Okay, so we'd like to thank you for listening.
Yeah, and we're very grateful to having the chance to run Mindful Pro here and to work together to support more young people and their families.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
listening.